The movie starts with a crime scene where some thieves kept a boy and a girl hostage. Though she was on a leave, Ha enters there because Senior Officer Jung could not handle the situation and her team member Ahan had called her due to an emergency. Those thieves were not Korean because they were speaking English. They wanted a helicopter. Ha goes and meets Jung, who is shocked to see her there because she was on a leave. Jung stops her and tells her that SWAT team was being sent, and Ha asks him not to send because by doing so, hostages might be at risk. She asks for 30 minutes so that she could negotiate with them, and Jung agrees. Ha goes to speak to them and asks about their demands. They were demanding for a helicopter. She requests them to let her inside so that she could see the situation inside. Jung strictly tells her not to go inside, but Ha intimates her team and goes inside, and she saw that the boy and girl both were on a knife point. Ha tells them that helicopter will be provided, but it will take a little time. She tells them that to satisfy his authorities, she needs the girl hostage to be released. She was handling the situation very well, but thieves see the SWAT team, and Ha says that they are only watching the situation. Ha was still requesting them to release the girl, but Jung sends the SWAT team inside. A sniper aims at the thief from outside, but misses, and the thief cuts the throat of the boy in front of Ha, and sniper shoots him. The second thief drags the girl inside. SWAT team enters the bedroom with light bomb and shoots the other thief. Ha comes and finds that the girl's throat was cut, but she was still alive. First aid team arrives, but she could not survive. This incident badly affects on Ha. After some days, we see in Thailand, Bangkok, where some people were following Lee the reporter. Lee tries to escape by an auto rickshaw, but at some point they catch him. Then we see their boss. Then we see police headquarters. Officer Jung was also going on a vacation, and Ha comes and submits her resignation. She feels herself responsible for those two killings, but Jung did not accept her resignation and sends her on a leave, and tells that he will speak to her after his vacation gets over. On the next day, Ha was at her home. Ahan comes in a rush and takes Ha with him for some emergency because Commissioner had called them. Then they come to a building where they came for the first time. After crossing a high-tech security area, they went to an operator's room. This was National Security Headquarters. That reveals that the problem was huge as national security is involved in this. Ha meets Commissioner and Dong, the President of National Security. At that time, Chief Han also comes there and was on a call. She takes Ha along with her and makes her to sit in front of a computer. Ha did not know with whom she would speak, what she would speak. A call gets connected. The person on the screen was the same person who kidnapped the reporter Lee. He tells his name is Min and asks about her rank, full name, and he was observing the full room, and he was provoking her by asking about her figure. And suddenly, the call gets disconnected. All of them think that it got disconnected, but Ha clears that she had got the call. She finds out about the situation there so that she could speak and negotiate properly. And nobody was telling anything to her. Again, the call gets connected, and Commissioner asks Han to receive the call. But Ha does not allow that. Gong pressurizes Han to pick up the call, and she understands that something is being hidden. She takes the call and asks Min to call after 10 minutes and disconnects the call again. She comes out and asks the matter, but Commissioner and Gong does not utter anything. Min calls again and Commissioner asks her to receive the call, and as she gets connected, he shows Officer Jung was near him, and all get shocked. Ha was trying to talk to Min. Meanwhile, Min took a gun which had only one bullet and fires on Jung, but it misses because he thought that he was not being taken seriously. Min fires in the air too, and all get frightened. He starts flirting with Ha and asks her to come for a date. She assures him for the truth. Then Ha asks him to keep the gun and tell the demands. He asks about the people who were present there. She tells him about the commissioner, She was getting instruction to not to tell Gong's name from side monitor. Min asks her if there is any other senior officer. She tells that Commissioner is looking after everything. He confirms about the demands again, but he disconnects by saying that he will call later after dinner. Ha was given information that Min operates his gang from Kuala Lumpur and Bangkok. He tops the blacklist of the agency. Min had kidnapped the reporter Lee from Bangkok on the way when Jung was on his official trip. He has demanded her for negotiations. That is why she was called here. Ha was surprised that how he came to know about her, and why did he demand for her only, as no media had informed yet. Gong tells her that they had sent their special force to arrest him. A military officer told that he is operating from some island between Malaysia and Thailand and controlling his gang. Min is still there. They had asked Thailand government to help, and they will need some time so that their forces could reach there. Ha asks that how much time do they need. As per Korean time, it was 10 a.m. and by 12 a.m. they will reach there, so they need 14 hours. Ha thinks and agrees because there was no any other option. She wanted to call her team. The Korean force was supposed to reach within 2 hours and stay at Thailand till evening, and would start their operation at island by 8 p.m. Ha finds out that Min is British citizen and had obtained this under UK Immigration Investment Program, and he was an orphan and lived almost out only. Ha took it as non-hostage situation. When Han asks about the difference, Ahan explains that if hostage kidnap is for ransom and non-hostage kidnap is revenge in anger. Then again, call gets connected and Ha goes to talk to him. Min asks Ha that how would be the end. She says that it will be happy ending. Min was not glad. Ha asks him to show Zhang, but he was given drugs by his man, so he was not awake. His man trusts Jung, and all of this was being watched in a control room. Ha asks him to stop hitting him, and he stops. Ha was speaking nicely to Min because she wanted some time. She asks again about his demands, and instead of telling his demands, he asks to bring CEO of Dehan Daily Company there within 1 hour, where the reporter was working. Ha asks for more time as she wanted to waste more time, but Min orders to bring him in a helicopter. Gong and Commissioner look at each other. Then we see Mr. Yoon, CEO of Dehan Daily Media Company, was playing golf, and a helicopter lands there, and he is brought to the control room. Ha makes him to sit in front of camera. She had earpieces and she was answering Min, and CEO was reporting. On Ha's advice, CEO asks about reporter Lee's condition, and Min satisfies him. Min asks that why Lee's kidnapping was not published. He answers as per Ha that Lee's safety was more important than any news. Min says how a CEO is so familiar to a reporter, and he answers that he meets him on drinks sometimes. Min asks about Lee's news reporting, and he answers in details right from 2014 to till date. Ha was amazed that he could remember all of this. Min also asks the same question, and CEO answers that he had read Lee's reporting file before coming. But Min says not only read, instead he had it by heart, because he could be asked anytime. Then Min asks about Lee's family, and CEO knew about this, which was amazing. Suddenly, Min asks about Lee's drinking capacity. CEO could not answer that. Min says, one who drinks with Lee and did not know his drinking habit. Min threatens CEO of kidnapping his family, and CEO gets shaken up. Commissioner interrupts and asks about Min's demand. It does not make any difference in Min's behavior. He starts abusing CEO and points his gun on Lee's head and asks whether he is your reporter or not. But CEO could not answer anything, so Min fires in the air and asks again. Immediately, CEO denies. Commissioner and Gong feels as their secrets are blasted, and all others were astonished. If Lee was not a reporter, then why did he kidnap him? Chief Han comes and takes CEO out and Min starts bubbling at her because she lied to him. Ha did not know much about Lee. Min gets up and blasts Junk's head and all get shocked. Ha scolds Min and cries that she could not save Officer Junk. After Junk's death, forces had to change the plan. Now they will not go to the island. Instead, they will reach that island directly by the sea route and finish Min. Ha asks them that who is Lee actually, and why did not she inform about him? But Commissioner and Gong asks Ha to leave, as they had called the agent from National Intelligence Services. When Ha opposed, she was chased out with another chief, Han. Commissioner and Gong take over the charge of the operation now. Ha was sitting in a car. Han comes and tells her that Lee was a detective from National Intelligence Services and Min was not a gangster, but he was an arms dealer. He sells right from gun to RPG. National Intelligence sent Lee as an undercover agent to Bangkok to take all the information about Min, and it was not informed to her till now, so that Min should not get the news. Probably he had planned already to kill Jung, and it was not Ha's mistake. But what did he want? Why was he doing all of this? No one knows. After telling all this, Han leaves. But there was question still exists. Why did Min kill Jung instead of Lee? You might be thinking because of Ha's lie. You will know later about this. Ha's team arrives and starts working in their own style. She asks her operator to get all the details of Min's all arms dealing and sends a hunt to that CEO who said that Lee was his reporter. At the same time, NIS agent was speaking to Min and requests to release Lee. Then they mention about Shangri-La Mountain Company, which was owned by Min. Min asks what they have to do with that, as that company is in UK and he is citizen of UK. What NIS got to do with it? And he was asking this purposely. We will come to know the answer later. NIS offers a deal to Min that to release Lee and to provide all the information of arms dealing and all his crimes will be written off. On this, Min calls them near camera and teases by showing middle finger. He asks to call Ha, and when they do not listen, he threatens again that he will kill Lee. NIS agent says if anything happens to Lee, they will not spare him. But Min brings a family to the camera and all were shocked. Min takes the little girl to his lap and asks NIS agent to sing. When they did not sing, he threatens to cut the girl's throat and all start singing. When they sing wrong, the girl starts singing correctly, and all were watching this from headquarters. Min asks to call Ha within half an hour or he is going to kill Lee and takes NIS agents for a ride. He asks Commissioner Han to call Ha, and she calls Ha and tells her that Min had kidnapped a family who were on a trip. Ha comes to headquarters and asks NIS to give full details of Lee and Min before speaking to him. She sends all the agents out of the room and takes over the full charge. On the other side, force was reaching to that island via sea road from where Min was operating. Min calls again. Ha was feeling responsible for Officer Jung's death. Ha's team scans Min's face expression and tells her that Min is getting emotional because of children. Ha starts speaking about Min's childhood and family so that she can extract more information from Min. But Min was sharp enough. He speaks directly to the point and asks her to call Mr. Koo, the chairman of Nine Electric Company. Gong and NIS agents got shocked on this and they were not expecting this. Then NIS agent tells Ha that Shangri-La Mountain Company was run by Min and Koo together. Amount for the arms dealing would be sent to the company from where Min used to change the black money into white. Later, Min started working independently and they got separated. To take revenge of this, Koo had typed NS against Min that he had made the fraudulent filing of income tax returns. In return, NS had written off all the crimes of Koo. It means Koo ditched Min. NS thinks that it cannot be such small reason to take revenge because it does not affect Min at all. And his businesses are running pretty well. Maybe there are some other strong reasons. Ha asks about Koo, and NS agent informs that the building, operation, and weapon lab, these all were funded by Koo. Gu. On the other side, Gong goes to the top floor by lift, where Deputy Chief of NIS, Air Force Commander all were present. Now you can understand that the supplier of arms to terrorists and the protector of the arms and all body superiors were operating together on one platform. Gong was also included. Ahan goes to the CEO of that media company who was escaping with his family and asks strictly for information. He reveals that Deputy Chief of NS had recommended Lee. Now, Ha understood that if Deputy Chief of NS was involved, definitely this could be a huge game. Gong brings Gu and Ha asks him about Min. Gu says that Min was a businessman and never involved in any crime or bloodshed. She asks him the reason behind funding this operation and he did not reply to it. Min calls and briefs Gu. Min asks Gu that why did he close the Swiss account of Shangri-La Company. And Gu replies that his name was deleted, but he would get it started again. He asks Min that what else did he want. Min asks after a short silence that why did he got Yunzu killed and disfigure Gu's face. But he says he didn't know anything about Yunzu. Min repeats the question and Gu threatens him. Min says that he asked about the girl and he started threatening. Min asks Ha whether she know about Yunzu. Ha knew that girl and she was the girl hostage whom she could not save. Min asks her about the incident and Ha says that that was a theft case. Min asks her if she has seen any paintings there and she says yes, she did, but owner had died. Min says that one of the owners of the painting was sitting next to her. But Gu was making Min liar. Again, Min asks Gu why did he got the girl killed, and Gu kept denying that he did not know who she was. Ha asks Min that why did he feel that Gu had killed the girl, and Min tells her that she knew all their secrets and Min had introduced the girl to him. The painting in her house cost 10 billion and this was the best way of money laundering. Ha could not believe, but Min plays an audio in which all the partners were discussing about the deal of a fighter plane which would benefit them in trillions. Actually, Gu had a habit of recording each important discussion in a band recorder. All were shocked to know that such a senior officer was also corrupted. Min asks Ha that now she knew everything and could she arrest all these people, and she says in such big crime the audio cannot be the strong evidence, especially in such type of case, and that is why Min calls the senior most officer of NIS or else he will kill the whole family including children. Now, the movie's plot was totally turned upside down. Whom we were treating as villains turned out to be patriots and was exposing all the traitors who were presenting themselves as patriots. Hence, he started from the beginning. He knew that Ha was a sincere officer and she tried to save the hostage girl. If he wanted, he could call Gu at first instant, but how Min was related to the girl and Min was working with these people only, and what Officer Jung had to do with all of this. We come to know about this later. Then, Gu comes upstairs and Chief of NS tells everybody not to move out of building till they finish Min. On the other side, Min had a pen drive which had recordings. Ha's team finds out about the girl. Her parents were no more. After working for a bank, she did not join anywhere officially, but heavy transaction could be seen in her account. Ha suspects her to be Min's girlfriend perhaps. Then Gong comes and informs that NS chief is with Prime Minister and he cannot come, whereas he was on the next floor. At the same time, Ahan calls Ha. Ahan had to try to find the call recordings of Deputy Chief of NS. You might remember that he had only recommended Lee, the CEO of media company, to employ him as the proxy. Ahan tells that the number does not belong to the Deputy Chief, but Officer Jung had spoken to that number several times, before that girl's death and after that too. As per Ahan, Officer Jung was bribed to kill her. Then, Ha remembers that when she reached to the crime scene, Officer Jung was shaken because she knew that she will handle the situation properly. Hence, she had almost released the girl from the thieves. Jung asked his forces to attack and they had to come to finish her. Probably police came to know that somehow, and he was pretending as if he is negotiating. and the trip he was going was last level official trip as negotiator. Commissioner calls Ha and tells that they might need more 2 hours for the force to reach Min, and they got this order from the top officials. On the other side, we see that Force had entered the island and they got the location of Min with the help of drone. Ha tries to speak to Min and tells him that they could not reach to NS chief and interrogation with Gu is in progress. Min tries to kill Lee, but Ha stops him and tells him that with whom he was trying to fight and expose was not easy. Ha asks Min to give the names of the owners of the paintings and those who had been bribed. Because if Gu was really the owner, he might want to meet Yoon-do definitely, and CCTV footage will prove that he knew the girl and Yoon-jo's case could be reopened. Min asks the commissioner whether Gu had really been interrogated and commissioner says yes. Min says if he discloses the names, will Yoon-jo's case be reopened and investigation will be done? Commissioner assures him to do so. Min asks, was it an official statement? And Commissioner says yes. Suddenly, they were surprised as Min was broadcasting this negotiation on live internet, that too through some server from Thailand. Not only this, but all the media channels also were telecasting the same. Now, whole world knew about this, and all 4 officials of top floor were shocked. Ha tells Min that if he kept playing game like this, she would not be able to help him. But Min screams that was Gu interrogated and NS chief is not available, and Ha had no answer to it. Min shoots Lee on his leg and brings to the camera on gunpoint and asks directly to NS chief to come on call within half an hour because he knew that he was watching him. Then NS chief asks deputy chief to make a false story and frame Gu in that for all the activities. He orders his force to attack even if they had to shoot the hostages, he won't mind. On the other side, Ahan continues his investigation and goes to Yoon-jo's house and finds a picture of orphanage. He goes there and finds that Yoon-jo was brought up there only in different names. Ahan finds something else from that photo. In another scene, the force found the server and generator of Min. Gong orders to blast that and Ha argues on that because it was risky for the hostages. But Gong did not withdraw his order because he too was bribed. Gong asks Ha to get out of there and Ha threatens him. If he chases her out, she would tell full operation plan to Min. Min calls again, and when he did not find NS chief there, he was about to shoot at Lee. Ha stops him by saying that she came to know that Officer Jang was associated with Yoon-jo's killing, and she realizes that Yoon-jo was not Min's girlfriend but his sister. NIS force had reached Min's hideout and was marching ahead by killing his man, and Ha could watch that on monitor. Ha tells Min to become the witness and he could be saved, but Min says if he releases the hostages, they will kill him and his sister's case will never be opened. Min attests the bomb to one hostage. At the same time, Force reaches there and busts the generator, and Min's call gets disconnected. Force was about to go to Min. Ha informs them that a bomb was planted on hostage. Military officer asks them to wait, but NS chief orders them to go. Ha tries to stop them, but as they enter the building, it collapses with a huge blast. Upstairs, they come to know that Min had killed hostage with himself. All of them were so glad as if nothing will happen to them. Though everybody knew about them, they will be spared by law. Now, do you people could relate it? Depressed Ha was sitting near a computer and she finds something on frozen screen and goes and tells Gong that Min was still alive. Ha tells him that in his last call, sunlight was not there, whereas in Thailand, the day might be sunny even now. Then they got another shock. That means he is still in Korea. Ahan goes to the orphanage and finds Jung's body inside. It means Min was operating from here. Ha was checking the footage of the airport, and the full gang was partying upstairs. Gong was still calling them to tell about Min, but no one was responding. Then a van arrives in the parking of building, and Min gets down from it. He ties the guard and goes inside the lift. he sends his man back. He had a bag in his hand. Ha finds Min arriving 2 days before in the airport footage. At the same time, Ahan calls Ha and informs that Min is full setup. Ha's file and hostages in living condition found in the orphanage. That means Min was not planning to kill any of them, and tells Gong that Min would come here to kill Ku and Jeff because he knew that Gong was their pet and all of them were there in the building. SWAT team and helicopter all leave to reach to the building. Min ties bomb to himself and reaches on the top floor. Kills all the guards, during which he was also hurt by a bullet. All of them get a big jerk of shock. Ku tries to speak to Min, but Min says if he utters a single word, he will be killed. Min takes out remote from his pocket. His sister told him about this place. Jeff, who was boasting a lot, now stands as a coward. Ku again tries to speak to Min and Min shoots him. Ha was climbing stairs as lift was put off. Police and SWAT team had arrived in parking. Jeff apologized to Min and he says go and apologize his sister. He puts the remote in on position. At the same time, Ha comes there and asks him to stop. He tells her to go, otherwise she will also die. She says sorry that she couldn't save his sister because she thinks herself responsible for this. She promises that she will see that all should get punished. But Min says he was responsible for his sister's death, as he asked his sister to steal a file from Ku, and she did so. That was the reason she was killed. She died for Min. Then a helicopter arrives. Min was on sniper's aim, but Ha stands at the window and sniper stops. Min asks her to leave, but she screams on him because he planned a suicide for himself, and that is why he did not answer him. When she says about happy ending, Min asks her to leave on gunpoint. She says she was tired of seeing people die. She will extract the truth certainly and did not move from there, and Min could not shoot her. Meanwhile, SWAT team arrives there. Min tells her that he wanted to go on a date with her. Min points his gun towards Jeff, and at the same time a bullet comes from Ha's backside and hits through and aims at Min's head, and he collapses. Then we are shown the flashback where Min tells his sister Yoonjo not to steal Ku's files because it was risky. But Yoonjo wanted to do that to pull her both the brothers from criminal life for which Min had taken UK citizenship, and Ku's files would have been their lifeline. Min got the files but lost his sister. Again in present, Force reaches there and brings everybody out. She was sad. A cop from Force tells her the bomb's detonator was off. Min did not turn it on. She gets depressed. All the traitors were brought out and whole media was there. These traitors were thinking to plan another story, and Ha comes and tells that she will see that all should be punished and Min's sister should get justice. They all flee from there. One day, Ha, Ahan and Min were near his sister's grave. Ha takes out a parcel from the bag, which was sent by Min. It was a pen drive containing all records. It means Min could have confidence in Ha. So he sent the evidence to Ha. Then we see that Ha had filed a case against them. And as Jeff repeats the same, whatever his seniors tell him, that all the accusations were false and non-evidential. Again, we see in the court that Ha had produced the pen drive in the court and takes the part to tell the truth. And the movie gets over here. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button, share and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.